Today I'm taking a look at a group of artists who used shape and value to suggest the form instead of outline or contour. Today we're taking a look at kind of a portion of American Impressionism or early American Impressionism, a group of Boston painters from the 1800s till about 1930s that painted figures, interiors, landscapes, but had a different view of painting form along with light. Typical view of maybe outlining your subject and blocking in big areas of dark and light. They saw things more in terms of shape and value rather than outline, which is good because in nature there is no outline. And they tried to see it that way, seeing in terms of mass and then the value of that mass or shape and how it makes up the form. So those artists included William Paxton. This is a painting by William Paxton. Again, their subject matters were figures and interiors and landscape, still life. This is a Joseph de Camp. Again, the suggestion of the light, usually models posed near windows, and trying to show the form here using simplified values and shapes rather than outline. So you don't see outline, you see masses that gradually turn away from the light and gradually get darker. But there's a way to see your subject and simplify it and show the form without doing a lot of outline here. This is Edmund Tarbell. Again, the same thing, the light coming from the left side and the form gradually turning away from light. And if you can see your subject in terms of 3 or 4 basic or main shapes, and get those shapes the right proportion, it seems to be a lot easier to draw that way, drawing with the brush, than it is starting with outline. I think it's much easier to see proportion that way, to get the shape of a nose or an eye or a shadow pattern more correct than to try and see outline first. Here's one of a figure on a horse. And again, big shapes, big masses. And again, simplifying those shapes to 1 or 2 in the shadow, 2 or 3 in the light. Here's a still life by Edmund Tarbell. You can see the flowers. There's about 3 main values there. And as the form of the flower turns away from the light, you get the darker shapes and masses. So light, halftone, and dark. It's a way of simplifying. This is another Edmund Tarbell. You get to see a little bit about what he's thinking because it's unfinished. But he's seeing the mass of a dark background against the mass or big shape of the light figure and then the shape of the horse. A little bit of outline there, maybe using outline later just to refine the shape a bit more, but not starting with the idea of outline. And this is another Paxton. Again, that form of the head turns away from the light and gradually goes from light to halftone to dark. And there's a way of seeing those masses and shapes. This is also Paxton. Again, subtle value changes. And the subtlety in real life can look complicated, but by simplifying the values instead of seeing every value or painting every value you see, reduce it to 3 at first and then add 1 or 2 to make it turn a little bit more. Here's the light coming from the window, and he's got the smaller figure, so the light is a definite shape. 2 values, kind of a lighter and a halftone in there. And then pretty much 1 value for the shadow, at least at first, before you add another deeper value in the shadow to show depth within the shadow. Shadows need at least 2 values, otherwise they look flat. The minute a shadow has 2 values, you create depth in there. But any more than that, it just becomes too busy. It's one of my favorite paintings, Joseph de Camp, backlit from a window and how the light kind of surrounds the figure And you can see the different value changes within the face here without rendering the eyes, nose, or mouth, so to speak, with outline. It's just suggested with subtle value changes in those planes of the head. Same thing with the hand. There's simplified planes of the hand, and using 3 values to make that form turn is really helpful. And these guys were influenced by French Impressionists. There's a Monet. Their use of light and color really influenced them. It's another Claude Monet landscape. Using color in the shadows and sunlight, that color temperature contrast that really suggests light better than just value contrast. Also, early Dutch painters like Vermeer, very similar, the use of light, how it suggests the form. And Velázquez, a Spanish painter, his technique of loose brushwork. And again, not outlining, but simplifying the values and suggesting the form. So going back to some of these paintings, this one by Paxton, if we can reduce this painting to most simple idea of value and shape, it would be kind of a no-tan. In other words, having a toned canvas, maybe wiping out, looking at your subject and wiping out for these big masses of dark and light on the figure, on the vase, on the objects. Then maybe using a little bit of line to refine those shapes, but seeing shape first, as opposed to just trying to outline the whole thing before you get started. So it's a combination, I think, of using big mass and outline, but relying on the shape and mass first to establish that dark and light, then going to a 2 value or 3 value. Here, maybe 2 values in the lights, 1 value in the dark. So going from that simplified, again, a little bit of outline to refine those shapes, to 2 values, that's starting to show more depth, more shape on the form. And then lastly, going to 4 values, it's got a light, 2 halftones, and a dark. Now this falls apart to some degree because there's only 1 value in the shadows. So it's not going to work as well, but it gives you the idea of simplifying values and shape makes the form much easier to see. And I think that shows here really well. Again, there's different values of dark. The dark in the background, on the background wall, is a lot lighter than the dark on her blouse, or the darks on the objects. So there's just 1 dark here with 3 values of light, but you can see how simplifying the values and seeing shape over outline really works. Same thing with this one. This one right here, another Paxton, in the light coming from the right and simplifying the values as the form turns. So if I see this as just a 2 value, 1 light, 1 dark, that makes it easier to set up. And if I can mass in the dark silhouette of her head and shoulders, then I can wipe out for the big lights and use a little line to make those light and dark shapes a little bit more refined. Then wipe out or pull the hand out of that with simple dark and light shapes. So relying on shape and value first and using outline is just a little bit of a refining. Here we're moving to 3 values, light, halftone, then the dark, and then 4 values here, light, halftone, highlight, and then the shadow. So this doesn't do much. This is an app I have on my phone. I think everybody has it. It's an outdoor app where you can put a reference in there and it makes a notan. Then it creates 3 values and 4 values. It's called the Notanizer. It's just a phone app. But it's a good idea once in a while. You can photograph your subject, place it in there, and just see what it looks like. And that doesn't take the place, I think, of thumbnails. It's better to draw and get the shape in there because you can adjust the shapes when you do a thumbnail drawing with pencil and paper instead of a phone app. But it's a good instructional tool, how you can mass things in a little more. This is another head. This might be Paxton also. Again, that notan, so much easier to simplify. You can do that with toned charcoal too, just toning your paper with charcoal dust, getting the middle value, wiping out for the lights, and applying the darks. And again, the darks are all one solid dark. Doesn't help, but it's the idea. Then adding the halftone, the light and the halftone, then the dark. And last of all, the 4 values. Highlight, light, halftone, dark. Now there's more to it than that, but to see your subject first in these simplified values and shapes, from here you can go on and adjust the values in the shadows. Lighter shadow on the hand, darker shadow on the background, a little bit lighter shadow on the hair. So different values in the dark, but it simplifies the lights. The lights are what show the form. Shadows are a bit more flat. You can see that in the color version. There's not much value change in the shadows. Most of the value changes in the light, so you can simplify those shadows a bit more. This one by Edmund Tarbell. Nice light coming from the window. So seeing this, again, just finding the shape of the light source, how the light hits the figure in simple terms of dark and light, then going to 3 values, 2 values in the light, a light and a halftone, and then the shadow, and then finally 4. Again, not totally there, but it gives an idea. If I can get this on my canvas first, then it's much easier to get to these subtleties. And the subtleties in the paintings is what we see right away. What we don't see is that buildup of simplified shape and value. So trying to see your values in more simplified forms first, then gradually get to more and more subtle changes in value. So I think this is more important, seeing the extremes of dark and light. And again, in this app, the shadows just go black. So I'm not saying we just use black for shadows, but a simplified shadow, a simplified light, then going to 2 to 3 values. And from here, you can get real subtle changes, a lot easier. But this, I think, is the more important stage. Those 3 values here. Same thing with this one. Here, the shadows are a lot lighter, so it falls apart in the sense that shadows are too dark in this app. But you can see the importance of finding the big light shapes, the big dark shapes, how much easier it makes these hands look and able to paint when you can reduce it to this, when we see the finished, those subtleties in there, which looks a lot more difficult and is, but if I can get to here first, then to the subtleties. So this is 3 values, reducing that subject to 3 values, and then 4. Again, shadows are too dark, but you have to see the light areas in 1, 2, or 3 values first before you can start getting the subtlety that he got in the final version. So if you can see your subject, no matter what it is, here we're using primarily figures or figures in an interior, but whatever it is, landscape, still life, figure, reduce it to the extremes of dark and light and gradually seeing 3 to maybe 4 values at the most. And I think that's what they've done at the end too. They're still eliminating or simplifying the values. The final finish isn't every value change that they see. They're restricting the values to create a more simple, easier to read painting than the reality.